It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your two best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert. Ben,
Max
we just watched the Penn Ultimatum episode of this show.
You dirty dog, you.
Yes, we did. Nice.
That was good. That was really good.
I gotta say, I feel, and everybody might feel this way, I feel that the Ultimatum is going out stronger. I felt that when they get to these shorter episodes, we get a lot more interesting stuff going on. And I'm seeing some.
We get more blowjob shots. We get more twerking on party buses. You're right. This was just it was very fulfilling.
I'm just using to get some like weirder couple dynamics going on. Like I thought that like get this weird scene from Colby and Madeline when he calls her critical, and I think that they're going to be in another fight. And then she says that it was good feedback. Like this scene, I was like, oh, so they're communicating better. I mean, they were just curveballs. Like
they are a very confusing couple.
Yes.
Very confusing. Just Sheldon says if she can twerk, April can do it better. Yep.
Yes.
You're not the only one who knows how to shake your ass, right?
Okay.
She really had something to prove there, didn't she?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just fun scenes here. The couples are melting around us. It seems that going on this show has not been healthy for everyone, but you know, I'm not sure that any of these relationships were necessarily healthy to begin with. It seems like if you felt it was a good idea to go on the show, maybe it wasn't a great idea to begin with. April thinks that because she is late, she should skip the pregnancy test and get an ultrasound. I mean,
I don't understand.
When did she? Okay, also,
she's already signed up for Lamaze classes too, right? She's
yeah, I know.
She's already picked a delivery doctor.
And then Madeline is like, just drink and have a pregnancy test. And everyone is like, no, she could be pregnant. And I was like, flush it out. Flush it out. Just drink.
Just flush it out.
Jake should be with Ray anyway, so it doesn't. It's not. Right? Well, it was weird though. Madeline's reaction was so confusing.
What, to April saying the thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, rightfully so.
Well, you don't say have a drink.
Oh well, yeah. No.
That's why everybody said no.
It's just very, very strange, very odd.
Take a pregnancy test, I guess. But then she's like, Jake and I have having unprotected sex, but I don't think they've been having unprotected. Well, you know, then you wouldn't know if you had conceived. So I guess she meant before they went on there. Though I'm just so confused by the whole
I don't know
thing.
the way she said it though. She was like, "We've been having sex for the last 2 weeks unprotected," so she made it seem like she would have conceived in those last 2 weeks.
But then you would know. The whole thing does not make sense. Okay. I don't know. The whole thing.
I don't think...
Dude, I don't know where babies come from as we've gone on over.
Yeah, you think it's
this whole thing is very confusing for me. This episode was wacky and wild and sad, just like the rest of the Ultimatum. Yeah.
Yep.
But what was really amazing was that Alexis came back.
Yes,
they were smart enough to bring her back, and it just made me so happy. You know, it was just incredible. Yeah, everyone in the chat is like, April's logic, Tamzilla says, makes no sense. I think we're all on the same page with that one.
It doesn't. It seemed like Alexis came to this bachelorette party with some ideas in mind that she wanted to share with the group.
Yeah, it was her bachelorette party. She gets to say what she wants. I don't know what April...
And she gets to say who's together and who's not.
Whose bachelorette party did April think this was? It was Alexis' bachelorette party.
That's right.
Also, where was Lauren? Why wasn't Lauren here?
I know.
When is Lauren?
Makes you wonder about Lauren and Nate. What's going on there?
I'm sure they're so happy.
I'm sure she's pregnant. Right? She's pregnant.
When is... Yeah, that's why she couldn't make the flight.
Yeah.
Because based on April's timeline, Lauren must be 9 months pregnant.
She's in the delivery room
Yeah.
as they're at the bachelorette party. Yeah.
Yep. They're sending off their kids to college. Yeah, so this whole so Alexis shows up, Lauren is missing, and April says this whole pregnancy thing, and everyone is like, okay, let's just move on because this is too much to handle.
Yeah.
And they do the blowjob shots, and Alexis is instantly like, Madeline, Colby, he's a bad person, as I've said
awful.
before.
He's awful.
You could do so much better.
He didn't want to date me, and he is the biggest piece of shit. And you know what? She kind of, was. It was a kind of a premonition that she had. There.
And Madeline is like, there is a vast difference between them, and that Randall is better than Colby.
Yeah.
It is true. I'm not gonna lie.
This is just objective facts.
Yes, factually.
Everybody here knows it. The producers, everybody. We all know that Randall's better.
Yes. And then she asks Ray about the whole Zay versus Jake situation. Ray's not going to give a straight answer, because she's, she's kind of being kind to April, but also I think she's a little conflicted about the whole thing. And Alexis is just like, no, Jake is the one. We all know it. You can't hide it. Do not run from it. Don't lie to yourself. And Shanique is like, I don't know. I'm concerned about April's feelings. And Alexis is like, no, if you are concerned about it, we all read that book a few years ago. Lean in. You gotta lean in, okay? I am a businesswoman, all right? It's important to me. Sheryl Sandberg, baby. We gotta lean in.
Yeah, she's look, she is the authority on the subject. She is the one who's getting married. So she knows love and marriage more than any of them. So they should follow her wise advice.
That's true. She feels that because she found love via the ultimatum, that she's like the wise one.
Yes.
She is second in command to Vanessa
like, okay,
Lachey.
April, you need to break up with Jake. Jake needs to get together with Ray. Ray needs to break up with Zay. And Randall and Madeline should be together. And all of you should break up with your original couples because I can be the only person who's still in my original relationship.
Yes. Now, April said she has embraced this process. She's nearly not processing this experience well. Now, she should listen to, you're supposed to defer to the bachelorette. You're supposed to be a good bachelorette party member. You're basically you're basically a bridesmaid. So you're supposed to let the bride do whatever she wants at the bachelorette party and let everything fly. But April says,
Alexis, stick a sock in it.
Rapunzel, throw down your hair.
Can you blame her?
Yeah, I know. I was like, is somebody going to tell her to shut the fuck up?
Yeah, like how long do I have to be shit on by Alexis?
Yeah, I know. It's like, yeah, it's like a lot of people. It's like Madeline. They just like let talk off, and I was like, why is everybody just like at that one party letting Madeline like get away with this?
Right.
And it's like
nobody's like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, April's like, no. I'm that type of person too. I'm like, no, you don't get to talk about me like this. No,
in front of me.
Nope, doesn't happen. Nope, you're not doing that. You're not talking about this person like that either. We're done here. Nope. And Madeline is making very funny scoff faces, and we didn't see a drink count, but she does look a little
oh yeah,
drunk.
It always starts. I think she pre-games before every segment.
And then April storms away as usual with a great.
Hi, bitch.
Classic April.
Classic April. And Ray cries. That was great. I mean, it was just a perfect storm.
That's probably the happiest bachelorette party we've ever seen on TV. Right?
It was pretty good for a TV one. Things have gone way worse on reality TV. Oh, that's what it is. I thought it
Okay,
was
yeah.
happiness or
Yeah.
saneness. It's sanity.
You're supposed
Sanity.
to feel that this is madness.
It's normal. This is normal behavior.
Yeah, when are we gonna get a song that's just like, this is B-roll segueing to the next scene?
These people are doing what normal people do. This is a normal pregnancy timeline. Get an ultrasound before a pregnancy test.
Oh, jeez. So we get Jake and April in this next scene.
Yeah, I don't want to hold hands. I want to hold hands with the dog. We shouldn't hold hands. Nah,
I'll kiss
I like
the dog.
Koa.
I'll kiss the dog.
I don't want to kiss you. Gross.
I
Yeah,
am being
human
affectionate
kisses?
with Koa.
Yeah.
I don't understand what's wrong.
Yeah, April finally calls him out, being like, "I feel like your body language is you not wanting to be around me," and he's like, "Yeah, that's true."
But
I
she
don't-
also claims they've been having sex the last 2 weeks. So is his body language during
did
sex
she
the
say
same?
that? The whole thing was so confusing.
Let's say they were. What's his body language like during sex? Is he like holding off somehow while still having sex?
No,
Like,
he probably like has sex with her, and then afterwards is like, "All right, we're done here,"
bye bye.
and you'll cuddles, probably like that.
Well, he cuddles the dog.
Yeah, he's like, "Where's the puppy?"
Where's Koa?
Yeah, he's just clearly upset with her and like going through his phone. He says, and then he's like, he's like, I don't like the hand holding and stuff because I feel like it takes away from us actually dealing with her issues. And she's like, I want to show you that Colby made me a woman and like I've grown and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I want to grow. And they talk about growing, and they only have 1 week to left. And I'm just like, this is a lot of pressure in 1 week. You're putting a lot of pressure on each other at this whole trial marriage.
And we
thing.
don't know if she's pregnant or not. It's ridiculous. It's
This
crazy.
pregnancy thing I thought would come up again, but
I mean, when she said that Colby made her a woman, I didn't realize it was going to be like that.
yeah, what if it's Colby's baby based on
It's
her
crazy.
thing? I don't know. I don't know who's
that
baby
Connect
it is.
4 game really?
It could be anyone's baby.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, but April is worried he's going to leave her for Ray, which is very tense.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like they kind of resolve things at the end of the episode, and he does admit that, like, yeah, there was no way they could ever figure things out because he was so heated the whole time.
Sounds
and
like he's gonna
angry.
give. It sounds like he's gonna give it the old college try for a week. That's what he's gonna do.
Well, I think it's at least worth it to approach things with a little more
Yeah.
tact than to just be
Sure.
really mad the whole time. If
But
you
let's be
do-
honest. A producer was like, "Hey, this isn't working out. I need you to have a conversation with April.
Well, I think that actually
say that you're gonna try."
was a good idea, just because he was so like it was like.
Standoffish.
I think it was just a good idea to be like, hey, like talk to someone and be like, do you actually? Maybe they have a psychologist there. They should, they
Yeah.
usually do. Maybe there's like, do you love April? Like, do you see a future? And like. Maybe like, do you see things working? Because if so, you're really not going about this the right way by holding on to so much anger.
Sure.
Like that's really not. And I think that's why he
It's not. I don't
apologized.
think it's even just anger. I think there's some guilt there.
Yeah.
I really think that Ray is going through the same thing as Jake right now. They're still thinking about each other. Let's be
Yeah.
honest here. They really are into each other still. I think it's obvious.
But
And they will
even-
not. They won't tell their current relationships about all the
Yeah,
feelings
it's
that they
very
had
true.
with them. So
But even
Weird
like
stuff
before
going on.
Ray, like there was a lot of anger, but that makes sense because you got dragged onto the ultimatum.
yeah. And I gotta say too, I feel bad for Zay too, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But like, it's like it does. You see him like slowly realizing throughout this episode that the relationship is done, and
Yeah.
you can see him completely resigned too.
Yeah.
So it's clear. I mean, Ray and Jake, I think they are thinking about the moment that they can get back together.
Yeah. It's tough.
Yep.
Ooh, party bus to the winery. So apparently you are at times going to see the person that you were matched up with for the first trial marriage.
But
We
only
weren't
on
sure.
special wine and cheese visits.
Yes, maybe there
Yes.
aren't going to be booty calls, which we hoped that they should let them have designated booty calls for the next season.
They should.
Like,
They really should.
ooh. So as part of the second trial marriage, like every couple of nights, like you're given a phone and you're like allowed to make a designated booty call.
Yes.
Like you have
and
the
then the next
option.
morning, the person in the relationship gets to look through that phone.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's what it.
They're out to walk into a room and like pick up the phone, and we don't know until until the evening if they picked up like the phone or not. Yeah, and then the person next morning gets to look through the phone. Dude, we got to be producers on this show. We make it so
They're
much
allowed
better.
to monitor the other person's heart rate from their Apple Watch. That's the rule. They get to monitor the other person's heart rate.
Yes.
And if it goes up, cheating.
Oh, this is
Cheating.
Tim's still in the chat. I love that they tried to make it seem like April planned this group trip. Yeah, it wasn't production. It was April. She was like, we should all go on a group trip. Yeah,
It does seem like something April would plan, if I'm being honest.
It was just April. Yeah. Do you think that Netflix puts any effort into this show? It probably was April. She probably had to pay for it too. She paid for the whole thing.
So yeah, this is just a standard bus ride. Nothing really happens. They all just sit quietly on the way to the winery.
They played sweet and sour, waving out the back to see if anybody would wave back. They did the truck.
Yeah,
the truck arms.
They played the license plate game. They got like 12 states, I think. That's what they got. Yeah,
definitely.
I love the part where they were listening to talk radio. That was fun too.
It was fun.
Let's turn the fuck up.
Yeah, Shanique was excited. She wanted everyone to turn the fuck up playing that license plate game, listening to NPR.
I see a Hawaii.
Listen to some Prairie Home Companion, baby. Let's go.
Oh, God.
Did you hear this freestyle from April?
Yeah, let's hear it.
It was scorching.
In the RV, headed to a winery. AP on the mic, don't fuck with me.
Oh my God. That's the 8 Mile sound.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. Vomit on her sweater already. Mom spaghetti. AP on the track. Oh my God. AP on the winery. Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh my God. AP headed to the winery.
She's on her way to Nick's autobiographical journey to being back with Vanessa.
Yeah, she's gonna win the Masked Singer.
Yep, she's gonna do it.
She's Nick, Jake's Vanessa. Can't wait to see Jake on NCIS Hawaii.
It's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be incredible. Yeah, so April starts giving Jake the fucking lap dance. Oh my
Do you think that bus driver was like, what the fuck is this job today? Like, this is...
You're not the only one who knows how to shake your ass, right?
You're not the only one.
Yeah.
Why aren't you filming
You're
it?
filming her ass everywhere she goes.
Film it close up, just like you did for Ray if you really love me. Film my fucking ass close up.
My name is April. I'm a psycho bitch.
So what we're going to do is you're going to film my ass close up, and then you're going to break into it, and you're going to airdrop my photos straight to your phone, okay?
You're going to do one slow motion. You're going to do one in portrait mode.
Ridiculous. So we get to this winery. They try wines. Are you a white wine guy or a red wine guy?
I'm not a wine guy at all.
Okay, but you have to pick.
I'm a beer boy. If I
Okay,
had
yeah.
to pick, I'd pick white because it's makes me less dizzy.
Yeah, I used to be into the reds. Now I'm more into the whites. But I'm more of a rosé guy, actually. I really like the summer. I like to drink a nice
Ooh la
rosé.
la.
Ooh,
Ooh la la.
Really like rosés. quite
well,
a
Lottie
rosé guy.
fucking da, Max.
Some people, when I used to work in the industry, the restaurant industry, they'd be like,
industry.
"Oh my god, summer water," and I wanted to die. They would call rosé summer water.
Oh god.
Just so you know how terrible people are. But this was my favorite part of this scene. I have to talk about this immediately.
I need a daddy, a real big daddy.
What are they implying with this song? What is happening
They just need a big
here?
daddy, that's all.
Yeah, everybody needs a real big daddy.
Hey, this
think-
is Big Daddy Randall.
I think April's looking for a daddy.
Yeah, well, April's looking for a daddy. Madeline is looking for Big Daddy Randall. So we got daddy stuff all around here,
Yes.
I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Big Daddy Randall.
I need a daddy, a real big daddy.
I was like, the songs are very literal, so I guess that's what they're talking.
That has to be
This
what they're
song
doing.
really stood out. I was like, why are we talking about daddies here at the winery? We getting kinky at the winery? We have a big daddy, a daddy, and not just a normal daddy, a big daddy, a big daddy. I was like, what the fuck? You know that we have listeners who, when that song came on, they were like, these motherfuckers are gonna soundbite this shit so hard. These motherfuckers are gonna talk about this for like 2 minutes. I'm gonna have to skip through this fucking shit. They're barely gonna talk about the whole fucking fight at this winery. They're just gonna talk about the big daddy.
That's true. That's all we want to talk about.
Daddy, a real big daddy. Like, what the fuck? The songs of being keep safe and warm. I was like, we're just drinking wine. Why are they like? It was like, we can't listen to these songs and not interpret them literally because that's how they're used.
That's
okay?
how all of them are used.
It's not for
Yeah.
atmosphere. Tam Zilla said, yes, I had that thought.
But they only do literal ones. But they're gonna soundbite that.
They're gonna fucking soundbite that shit. Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Ugh.
Colby's feeling pretty awkward in this scene about Randall and Madison exchanging looks across the or Madeline exchanging looks across the room. So he decides to make Madeline a little jealous by throwing a piece of cheese in April's mouth.
I think it was an olive, and it was very
an olive?
It was very impressive. Well, it looks
It
like
was.
an olive, which
It's
is
a good
very
catch.
being a pitless olive. It didn't. I don't know. Maybe it was cheese. I wasn't sure, but it was very impressive. Madeline did not like it.
Don't play my game with that bitch.
They
Don't
like-
play my game with that bitch.
Don't play that game with that bitch. That's her game.
Yeah, she said, "Don't play my game with this." She's like,
She
"I'm the one.
invented that fucking game. She catches shit
I
in her
only
mouth.
catch olives from you. I only catch popcorn from you.
That's my fucking game.
That's my fucking game. You stick with Connect 4 with her.
Yeah,
We do the olive catching game."
at long distances. And Colby just responds like, "Ooh, that's really hot that you're mad at me." That's just his new defense mechanism. Instead of ignoring her, he just goes, "That's so fucking hot, babe."
This is awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, playing daddy music beneath this is kind of awkward. I
It is.
agree.
Sounded like the soundtrack they used on Arrested Development.
Yeah, it did.
Where's Ron Howard's narration in this?
Don't play my game with that bitch. He did.
He did. And he regretted it.
Yeah, and then fucking Ray does not like watching Jake with April either. She's very
She looks
unhappy.
uncomfortable. Yeah.
Yeah. I wish we'd gotten more from this scene though. It was like finally what we wanted, and they were like olives and daddies.
That was it.
That's
That's all we got. It's a bummer.
yeah.
I need a daddy, a real big daddy.
Okay, but we have I mean, we got some really like we have breaking fucking news people.
The dog's names? Is
The
that what it is?
dog's name.
Yes.
We finally have the
I knew it.
puppies' names. Breaking news. Their names are Mia and Maeve. They finally included Madeline Colby's puppies, the two white little puppies, Mia and Maeve.
Thank God
you,
I
editors.
didn't sleep last night.
I
so
couldn't.
Now I can.
It
Now
took us till
I can.
episode 7. They finally told us Mia and Maeve. We have their names. So,
It would have been a shame if they went uncredited.
thank you.
They need to get their SAG. They need to get their SAG membership, so I'm glad they could get credited in this episode.
I'm glad we got the breaking news soundbite back. We've haven't had breaking news in a while.
It's been a while. Yeah. It's too bad.
I like when Colby says they're the strongest couple. That was really funny. Cheating makes us stronger,
You hating me every second of every day makes us stronger because I find it so hot.
Well, maybe
It's
he
so
just
hot.
knows like how fucked up all the other couples are. So he's like, I know we're bad, but like all the other couples are really bad too. So like maybe like we are probably the strongest couple. Like maybe we're just not seeing the whole conversation. He's like, look, we're all fucked up. Like we just are probably the strongest couple. We're just not seeing like the full edit,
He's like, look, we have to be the strongest couple if we want to win that $1 million at the end of this competition.
We don't know the rules. There has to be $1 million. There has to be.
Madeline, you have to try. You have to try. We have to try and win this money. We can do
There
it.
has to be $1 million. The show makes no sense.
There's got to be a cash prize for getting married.
And he's like, who do you think the strongest couples are? And she's like, well, clearly Randall and Shanique, which is like, okay. I mean, I just think.
Do you think she took strongest couple literally? Because she, it's Big Daddy Randall. So do you think she's like, oh,
Yeah.
the strongest?
Shanique seems pretty strong
Right away,
too,
Randall.
definitely.
Yeah,
But Randall is short
that's true.
than Zay. I don't know if he's actually short. I just know he's shorter than Zay.
Yes.
I haven't seen all of the guys lined up next to each other.
Yeah, we should get that on one of these episodes.
Yeah, we need to interview them all and ask what their height. No, they're all gonna lie about their height. Oh, we need height. Do they have bios with their height? That's really important.
I'm sure we can find it somewhere.
Yeah,
I'll message them on Instagram, ask them how tall they are.
but we need to see the driver's license so we know their height.
Yeah, we'll ask them for their drivers and their social.
And like their doctor's information with their measurements, like the
Yes.
doctor. Okay.
Yep.
And Colby's like, I'm gonna take the puppies out. No conversing. He won't converse. He's declared them the strongest couples. Madeline has to agree with it. He declared it.
Yeah. Yeah, he grew. He did connect 4. What did Madeline do? Huh?
Yeah, she just was sad that she
Jeez.
wasn't having sex. What is she doing? And he's like, you're just saying we're not strong because you saw Randall. That was it. You saw him drink wine.
Yeah.
So that was that. Colby's just being cold.
Colby going Kolb.
But I liked it. I like that he's still deflecting.
Yeah.
All he needs to do is criticize her. That's all he needs to do.
That's all she wants.
All she wants is for him to have a conversation with her. It's like very low stakes, and he just won't do it. It's like, Colby, all you have to do is just talk to her. It doesn't even need to be positive. She just wants you to know that you're listening. You can even have an argument with her, and she'll be okay with it. Just like engage with her, even have a fight with her, and she'll be okay. Like it's not hard.
Yeah. He just wants to get married.
I don't even think
Enough of this talking crap, We don't need that in our relationship.
I know, it's crazy. Like she doesn't even seem to be that mad about the whole him texting people thing. She just wants to feel heard. But these guys really don't they don't like this whole having to listen to women thing. They don't like it.
Is that a non-negotiable for you to be heard?
I can't.
Let's negotiate here. What
Let's
if I listen
negotiate
to
here.
you 5 minutes a day? Maybe
I
10.
don't listen to you. You shut the fuck up. Okay? Done deal. We get married. You have my children. We're done. Thank you. Goodbye.
Now, can we please finish our game of Connect 4? Please. I've been waiting for you to drop yours for a while.
Okay, I'm gonna go text more women on my Apple Watch. Goodbye. Preposterous, this whole fucking thing.
Oh man, it's a stupid show.
Shanique and Randall, speak of the devil. Shanique wants Randall to be fully transparent about his feelings for Madeline. So instead of asking him, she decides.
Yeah, why did she go about it this way?
Because she doesn't know how to communicate.
My God, what can Madeline work on?
Yeah.
What do you hate the most about Madeline? If you had to do a top 10 list of Madeline's flaws, what would they be? and then immediately follow it with a top 10 list of why you love me and are going to marry me.
That's like literally what she does. He also says something interesting. He's like, no, Madeline's doesn't matter. She's an X factor. But usually X factor is a positive thing with just
Yeah.
the letter X dash factor. But I think he's saying she's an X as an EX hyphen factor. I haven't heard
She's
that before.
non-factor in
She's
this
an
relationship.
X factor instead of
Yes.
she's the X factor.
Right. Good.
Language is fascinating. We got to
It
get a
is,
linguist
it
on
is.
here to talk about X factors.
I'm picturing your notes right now, all bold, all caps, EX factor.
Yeah, I have it in quotes. I was like, this is so fascinating. We got to go on a 10-minute discussion about X factor versus X factor. And Shanika's like, don't piss me off right now, okay? Do not.
You just said the wrong shit. You just said the wrong shit.
You're supposed to say Madeline is a stupid bitch. That's what you're supposed to say.
It's tough to say the right shit around Shanique. It really is.
No. And he's like, what is going on? I feel like you just want me to say that I hate her. And she's like, yes. Why can't you say that?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I can't say that because I had a good time. So I can't.
She should be a script supervisor on film production sets. You said the wrong shit. This is your script. This is what you need to say.
Yeah. I think Randall had a really good point where he said, for someone who says they're ready to marry me, she's not really acting like it.
Yeah. No, she's not.
She had a really good opposite of Gollum moment.
Child is she being right now, so.
Fuck the ring.
She kept saying, fuck the ring.
And to the
fuck
dog.
the ring.
Yeah.
She doesn't want the ring.
Yeah. She
She's
did
over the ring.
baby talking to the dog, too. Fuck the ring.
Fuck the ring.
There's nothing more passive aggressive than talking through your dog to your partner.
And he's like earlier in the day you said you wanted to marry me, and then she's like, fuck the ring. Yeah. It seems very frustrating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, then we get this scene with Ray and Zay.
It's time to be honest, but not about that he did more than cuddling with Shanique, okay?
Right.
It's time to be honest, but not about everything. Just everything, but not everything.
I think he knows she'd really be gone if he had said that.
Yeah, it's time to be honest enough to get married, and then once you're like locked in, and be really hard to break up, like need a divorce, then just deal with the consequences later. When then it's like you can just go to couples therapy, you can fix a marriage, it's fine.
Yeah. This relationship in particular with Ray and Zay is, I think, the darkest timeline of all four.
Because the ultimatum got reversed.
Well, yeah, it got reversed, and man, this just gets really dark really fast in terms of him completely leaving for the night, and then they have this scuffle where he's like trying to prevent her from leaving, and very cringy.
That was not pleasant.
That was not.
I
fun to
really
watch.
actually didn't like that.
No. Yeah.
No.
That was very upsetting.
But like in this part, they're talking about like if they're gonna get married at the end and if they're gonna break up. Like I thought that they had, but she's like she wants to continue the relationship, but if they're gonna get married at the end, don't they have to get married or break up? What are the rules?
We don't fucking know. We don't know. We keep trying to figure this out. I don't know. Are they going to? It's like either propose or break up, or propose or rescind the ultimatum.
No, because the show is called The Ultimatum: Marry or Move On. So you either get married or you move on, guys. You don't get.
They're not allowed to talk to each other after the show if they don't get married.
Yeah, you're never allowed to talk again. There's a legally binding contract.
The reunion. Not until the reunion.
But these, I don't understand. It's like nothing makes sense.
No.
And yeah. Zay keeps asking, like, why aren't you ready? And she's like, well, have you noticed that we're not happy? And he's like, we have sex. And she's like, yeah, but we're not happy.
Yeah.
And he's just like, but I'm ready now. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna go away now because we're not happy. Yeah, it was very sad.
Interesting how these ultimatums are all backfiring. Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Yep.
But it's like the ultimatum worked, though. He wants to get married now. Ultimatums work. There we go.
It worked on him. It just did. Yeah.
Good job.
What an experience.
Good job.
Oh.
Shanique and Randall. It's deja vu all over again. We're back at
Here we
Shanique's
go.
families. Do you know what it was like? They were like, God, that family is so likable. We got to get them back on the show.
They
Like, you
really
guys,
are.
We were going back to your family's house. He's like, they're all
I
busy.
like how
They're
they
like,
just
"Keeping them
say
back."
straight to Randall's face, like Zay is cooler than you and he's taller than you
He's
too.
tall. That's
You're
good
short.
genetics. You're a little short boy. Okay. Are you tall?
He's a big daddy. That's what he is. Zay is the big daddy. Where is it?
I need a daddy, a real big daddy.
That's what they were saying. They're like, we need a real big daddy. Yeah, he really fucked up here. It's like you got to play it cool.
Yeah, his energy is like so awkward in this.
Come on. Don't be honest. Why are these people so honest?
Tired of it.
With
Tired
these
of it.
families. Like, who are you, Big Cheese Colby? Like, what is going on here? They're like, did you enjoy your time with Madeline? He's like, yeah, I really did enjoy it. And they're like, you enjoyed it? That's your answer? And he's like, yeah. And they're like,
It's like, yeah, it's the best time of my life.
he's like, it was amazing. I like her more than Shanique. And they're like, what? And they're like, was it sexual? He's like, no, it's sexual. And they're like, emotional. And they were like, emotional? And like, do you see Shanique's face? And he's like, yeah. And they're like, well, going off Shanique's face, she doesn't look happy. And he's like, it's nothing new. And they're like, well, why would you answer this way? It's like, you got to play it cool. You're with the family. Don't you want the family to like you? You look like a dickhead.
Yeah. He's not instilling much confidence in the family.
These people don't know how to talk to their significant others' families.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
him and Zay both.
Because he doesn't want to be with Shanique. Anyway, he's like, whatever. I'm just going to be honest. Zay, I think that I got more of the impression that I don't know. I just think that it's like, just play it cool. Like, I don't know. It's just.
Wonder if he told them about the whole fuck the ring conversation.
Yeah. I don't.
Honest Randall.
But I love how it's only been like 2.5 years of a relationship. Just from my perspective, that's not that long of a relationship. And especially with all of my friends, they've dated a lot longer before they got married from where I live. Maybe
as Tamzilla points out too, they're ridiculously young as well.
Yes. Now I do know that these people are in Texas, and I have friends in Texas, and we went to college together. They said all of their friends that stayed in Texas, a lot of them got married right out of college. So that is very common. They said in Texas for their friends who stayed in Texas that they did get married like straight out of college. So this might be a symptom of symptom sounds like a strong word. Symptom sounds weird, right? Cause and effect of where they filmed. And definitely like certain parts of the country, but it might just be like, just because they filmed there.
I don't know. I know people in Colorado who've done that too. I think it's a thing everywhere. I don't think it's specific to any state.
No, but it's certain person. I think it is. It is specific places. Like, I mean, I think it's more common in certain areas.
I don't know about that. I think you and I might be in a bit of a bubble with the friends that we have compared to the types of people that want to get married.
Yeah, I mean, there's also definitely. we got to look up the stats. We got to look up the stats. Maybe I am being presumptuous. I do not have. You're right. That's definitely very.
I don't know how that could correlate with any state. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how that's something that could correlate with the state.
I mean, there's definitely like traditional and more common cultural values in different states and stuff. So there's definitely yeah. But you're right. That's true.
Yeah,
you're right. I take it all back. Oh no,
Tam's on your side.
Says I think it's because it's Texas. I really do think it's because it's Texas.
Well, let me ask you this, Max. What about upstate New York? I would say, where you're living in like Brooklyn, Manhattan area. Sure, people are maybe more career focused. They're not wanting to settle down right away. But what about, upstate?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, in more rural areas, people are more
Yes.
probably to,
Yes.
But it's Texas, so they're all getting married when they're really young. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely all depends on where you're living, but yeah, it's definitely a very interesting, thing from my perspective that they're like 2.5 years and they're so young and they're like, why is it taking you so long to get married? This is ridiculous,
Yeah.
you know.
No, it's. I think a lot of people have talked about it too. Like, I saw Chanel from Survivor tweeted out she was watching the Ultimatum, and she's like, "All of you are like 22. Are you okay? Like, what's going on? Like,
It's
why
like,
are
it's
you
okay. Even on The Bachelor, it's like a lot of people are like at least a little bit older, or like one person is younger,
Yeah.
one person is older. It's usually not like everyone is this young, you know? It's just it's very interesting, and it definitely makes the show more interesting, at least I have to say, because you're like, weird thing relating to these people, you know? But it is very interesting that the whole cast is like this. There's not one couple
Yeah.
that's older anymore.
I don't. Why be so afraid to cast people in their early 30s for a show like this specifically? I get on like
They couldn't find them because they're in Texas. Everybody gets married young.
everybody's
Ben.
married. After high
Everyone's
school.
married in Texas.
Everybody's married to their high school
There's
sweetheart.
no older people in Texas. Divorce is illegal in Texas. You can't get married.
You get arrested
if you're over 25.
if you get a divorce.
That's why they have ultimatums too, and that's why this show happened, because like, we have to get married or we're gonna be put in jail.
I mean, I'd believe it.
It's the Wild West down there, man.
It's kind of crazy down there. It's kind of crazy down there.
But we all know that the real thing that they're mad about Randall is that it's not what he said. It's not that he hasn't proposed. It's that he's just not tall enough and he needs to work on it.
Yeah. He's just not a big daddy like Zay is. He's just not.
We get back with Colby and Madeline. Yeah, this is the scene where she's like, I don't feel like you don't listen to me. You don't know me. You don't love me for me. And Colby is just like, how was work?
What do you want for dinner?
What do you want for dinner? Let's take the dogs for a walk. And she's like, do you hear me? Hello.
He's like, sure. He's like, I hear you're mad, like you usually are.
He's like, you're really critical. Is that because of your family? He's just like guessing, and she's like, oh my God, that's great feedback. Let's get married.
He's like, okay, great. So what's for dinner again? What should we do?
When she was like, yeah, I am critical, I was like, what is happening? What? They're communicating
She really is trying hard. We kind of joke about Madeline a lot in this season, but she is trying really hard here to work on this relationship with Cole.
I don't think she should. I think she's better than him.
Yeah. No, I agree.
That's why I'm joking about it, because I just think it's ridiculous. I think that the way that he went around with those women outside of the show, when he was the one that did the ultimatum, and I think the way that he treats her and reacts to her, I mean, I know we don't see anything, but we've seen based on the edit and the way that he kind of like shuts down. I mean, we haven't seen their whole relationship, but
they're a very confusing couple, because Madeline too seems to go back and forth a lot of loving and hating Colby, and so we never really know where either of their heads are actually at, because he keeps really wanting marriage, but yet he's kissing these other girls at clubs and doing these things off camera that we haven't heard of or seen, and it's like it's a mess. They're all over the place. We don't know where their heads are really at.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know. They could, they could end up getting hitched by the
No, I definitely think they could. I actually kind of feel more positive about them than
after
anyone.
this episode. Yeah.
I think they have the best chance somehow.
They somehow,
because she's like,
Colby did it. They're the strongest couple.
She's still trying to work on it somehow.
Yeah. Whereas I don't see that from too many of the other couples.
No.
No.
So this Ray and Zay scene, Zay wanted to go get fucked up with Johnny B.
Johnny B, what's the motherfucking deal?
Johnny B. Now, because the
Sounds
show,
cool. I think it's Johnny Bravo, right?
he's tripping on acid and he's calling his cartoon friend Johnny Bravo from Cartoon Network. That's why he was out all night. It was,
Hey there, Sugar Mama.
Yeah. He turned off his location because he was afraid that people were following him because he was paranoid.
Are people gonna get the Johnny Bravo reference on this?
Depends how old they are.
The other day on Temptation Island, I made a "Hey Mikey, he likes it" reference, and I was like, "That's not even from my era of when I was alive."
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's a commercial from the 80s.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Why couldn't they follow him? They knew he was leaving. Why couldn't we know where he went? There should have been a camera guy on him all night.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's reckless from the producers. Reckless.
Yeah. Do you and your wife have your locations turned on?
I think we do. Yeah.
Okay. So this, yeah.
But it's not for monitoring reasons.
No,
it's
I know.
It's for, I don't know when we did it, but it was for
to make sure you're not cheating on each other.
Yes.
Yes.
No, it was like I was in a park or something and trying to let her know my location.
Then you left it on to make sure you're not cheating on each other.
Yes, exactly. Do you and Maria?
No.
You don't really?
No, because we trust each other.
Well, we trust each other.
Yeah, okay. Why do you have your location? I'm just kidding. I think it's weird you have it on, Ben.
Yeah, I'll turn it off.
For me? Wow, yeah. Not for I'm kidding. No, I mean, I think this is like pretty common, just where they are, safety things. I was just like, oh yeah, this comes up a lot. I just never even thought to do that. Yeah. I know people that do it with their friends. And I think a lot of people do it so that, like, if they're hopping in an Uber, I think like women do it for like safety reasons too, so that they feel safe when they're in like Ubers and stuff. I've heard. I think it's actually really nice, but I think that sometimes it's just like, oh, I forgot about that, and I think it's really fucked up when you have it turned on and then you turn it off to like with somebody. I really don't like the idea when you're in a couple with someone and you stop returning phone calls and you don't let
especially that late at night, because like put everything else aside, all the bullshit that they're
let them know where you are.
Like the safety issue is like you don't, a partner that's like really concerned about you and worried, don't like punish them to be like afraid all night that something happened to you.
Yeah, like at the beginning of my relationship with Maria, I was like we've actually never had a fight like that ever got anywhere close to anything like we've seen on the show. But it's actually like I've just been like, if we ever got in a big fight like this, I would just be like, let's just make sure that we never do something where like we wouldn't return each other's phone calls so that we're worried about each other's safety or anything like that, because that would be terrible. Luckily, we've never even come close. But like, I just like that kind of immaturity is just like insane. But but I think that if either of us turned out to be like that, we wouldn't be dating for 8 years, No, that would be. But I just think that kind of thing is, and I'm not saying they can't do it, but I'm just saying that kind of thing, like I can't handle that kind of thing. I just think it's so over the line to turn off your location when you have that agreement to do that. It's like very very hurtful.
Even if you have one foot out the door, like Zay does, like how he's already wants out of this relationship, like that's still not cool.
I don't think he totally does though, and I think that Ray is kind of shutting him down.
Well, I'm only referring to the confessional that he had, where he was like, "I'm done. I'm fucking done."
Yeah, he says he's done, and I know that Ray is shutting me out like a little bit, but it's still not fair to be with somebody who like you care about and cares about you. They still care about each other to agree. Just to do what she did. And I know you agree with me. I'm just saying it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, for sure.
Yeah. I was just like, this is so immature. Like,
yeah, it's a depressing scene here. I don't like seeing it. It's
and the whole stopping her from leaving thing. I couldn't tell like the level of contact. So I don't want to like totally.
Yeah, no, we don't want to.
I don't want to comment on it. It's just not real. I just can't tell.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
I'm not going to be like that was. So I'm not going to do it.
If Ray wants to talk about it, I'm sure she will. at some
Exactly.
point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to do it.
Yep.
It's not.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to be in a relationship much longer. So
Yeah, it's not. It's not looking good.
No, it's not.
But moving on to April and Jake. Apparently, Jake and April are cuddling again.
Ooh la la.
I wonder if there. Do you think there are boners?
Boners are everywhere, Max.
Ben,
They're
You
everywhere.
think there's not boners all around?
Because
I didn't know there were boners involved.
until I watched the show, I just didn't know. I just wasn't aware.
Well, now you know.
Whenever I
Boners
watch
are
people
all
cuddle,
around
I
us.
was like, "Are there?" I didn't even think about boners. And now, whenever I watch a show and people are cuddling, I'm like, "Oh my god, there's probably a boner in
There's
there."
probably a boner down there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where he apologizes for kind of being mad all the time and stuff. And I just thought it was nice, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I do think that he had reasons to be kind of like mad about stuff, and I think that they both kind of do, but I do think that it's kind of nice to watch people kind of reconcile and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And we have
Well, he's got to
commented
change his
on
tune.
it.
He's going to be a father soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, like 2 days probably based on the timeline.
He's baby shopping in the next episode, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says, he does. He's like, I shut you out right away, and like I held on to anger, and like that wasn't the right. And I was like, yeah, that's basically what you did and what we've been talking about. Like right when they moved in, he like was like, you want to tell me anything?
I love Ray, and Ray loves me, and we kissed on the lips.
Exactly. And I just loved like as he talked and yelled over her, he's like, why are you talking over me? And she's like not even talking. It was just great. But it was nice. And then it looks like they had sex. I'm just gonna it looks like sex.
Yep.
Looks like they went to Pound Town.
I think the
so
boner
I guess
came,
they're
the
having
boner came
twins.
out.
They're having twins now.
Is that how it works?
We'll have to talk to
that's
April.
that's what you think. That's what you think happened.
Dude, I don't know. My whole world's view has been shifted by this episode. I don't know anymore.
You get them pregnant once, and then if you have sex with them again, you can make it twins, right?
As an expert on how things work in Texas, it's twins.
Everything's bigger in Texas, right?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, they have twins down there. They don't just have one kid.
Dude, they all get married by 25.
They have family of 15.
Yeah.
And they all ride horses and wear cowboy hats, right?
Well, they do all wear cowboy hats, but they don't ride horses.
Colby does.
Colby does. Yeah. Cowboy boots. That's a big part of it. But Colby plays polo, like real cowboys. Cowboys love polo.
Oh.
Oh my god, dude. Only 2 more episodes of the Ultimatum.
I'm not feeling good about that. I want more. I
know,
want
we got
more.
30 more episodes as they make up the show on the fly.
Oh, so we will be immediately after this watching episode 8. We're gonna recap that in maybe like 2 hours, hour and a half, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
So join us for that. You can follow us on Reality Alert _ on Twitter, Reality Alert Podcast on Instagram. Our ultimatum is still in place. We will shut down the podcast if we don't get 100,000 Instagram followers by midnight tonight. Please subscribe on youtube.com/reality alert. Give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts.
And rate us a little positive reviews. Those are insanely helpful for getting more listeners and getting guests to come on the show, getting involved with the networks and shit. Very helpful to get this podcast for making us not want to delete it. You know, maybe we'll keep podcasting. Maybe if you're lucky. Yeah.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye. It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your two best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert.
Hi, Mitch.